Hey there, welcome to Guncraft. So Olight sent me this light and asked me to do a review on it. That's the only compensation I'm getting for doing this, and my condition was that if I'm allowed to give a 100% honest review, then I'll do it. No corporate shillery here. So this is an Olight PL-Mini Valkyrie. This is a pistol light. It's got a mount for a Picatinny rail. I actually don't have a pistol with a Picatinny rail on it. They didn't ask me before they sent it, but that's fine. So first impression, really impressed with the build quality of this thing. I mean, this thing is tight, it's solid, it's got nice lines. You know, there's nothing cluttered on it. There's nothing that doesn't need to be there. This is how it clicks to the how it clips onto the Picatinny rail. And in fact, at first I couldn't even find the on switch. Like, how do you turn this thing on? I actually had to get out the directions to turn the damn thing on. It's a little embarrassing. It turns out these are buttons. They don't work unless you push them up. And if you push it up, the light comes on. And if you push it up again, it comes off. Or if you push and hold, it'll come on until you let go. Pretty simple. It's 400 lumens, and it has an internal battery, and this is the charging port, which just magnetically clicks on there. This just plugs into a USB, and it finds itself. You almost can't make it not go on. And it charges very quickly. Pretty impressed with it. But in order to make this video worthwhile, I can't just talk about one light. I got to compare it to some others. So I've got a couple others here. This is a Surefire P2X Fury. This is a 600 lumen light, and this is one that I borrowed from a friend. This is a Streamlight TLR2 HLG. It's a mouthful, so I'll show it to you. This is an expensive light. It's $300 on Amazon. Now all three lights are LED. It's 400 lumen, 600 lumen, and then 800 lumen. These both use CR123A batteries fresh off the charger. So I can tell you, as far as build quality, I think these two are comparable. So honestly, I have to say the build quality of this Olight, to me, seems better than this just in its feel. But we're going to do a lot more than just feel the lights. Let's do some testing. We're going to do some indoors. We'll do outside, and we'll do at different ranges and see how these lights compare. So this is going to be my indoor shot, and we'll be looking at my bandsaw over there. That is about 35 feet away. And I'm going to turn the lights out, and we'll see how the different lights look. So I'm going to do the Olight first. This is 400 lumens. And I'll tell you, I can see everything over there just fine. It's lighting up this room rather well too. Here's 600 lumens. And I can see that it's brighter. Let me see if I actually prefer that. Going back to 400. Yeah, I gotta be honest here. The 600 has a more concentrated stream in the middle. So right where you're pointing it is definitely better lit. Okay, now let's go to the 800 lumen. And I actually don't really see much difference between this and the 600. Back to the 400. Yeah, it's a little dim in the middle right after looking at those brighter lights. That said, when I first pulled it out and looked, I mean, I can see everything. I can see just fine. So, it's pretty nice. So I just wanted to add for reference, this is a regular headlamp. This is a 3 AAA battery, and it's a decent headlamp. This is the kind of stuff that normally people use. So that little Olight is really, really bright. I don't know if the camera's doing it justice. It's impressive. Alright, next test. The Surefire with the mount on it for the Picatinny rail and the batteries is 245 grams. The Streamlight with the batteries is 136 grams, noticeably lighter. This little guy that we're testing is 64 grams. These are 9mm rounds. 69 grams, 6 rounds. So it weighs just under 6 rounds of ammunition. I don't know if you can tell already, but I kind of like this light. It's little, it's light, light as in weight, and it's bright, and built well. Alright, so now we are outside, and I'm looking at the opening to my wood shop. This is my headlamp. I can see it, but I don't think the camera's picking up much. So let me turn the headlamp off. Here's the Olight. Oh yeah. I mean, that just lights it right up. It doesn't have a strong central beam, but it's nice and diffuse. I mean, it's well lit. Alright, so let's get rid of that. And now we'll do the Surefire, 600 lumens. Yep, stronger central beam. Actually doesn't light up quite as big of an area. I can see a broader expanse with the Olight than I can with the Surefire, and I don't know if the camera's picking that up, but a significantly wider field of view. Here's the 800 lumen Streamlight. That's kind of interesting. It doesn't have as defined edges. Obviously you see the building very well, but you can't see the edges, but it has a broad field of view too, I have to say. I think, let me turn that off, I'll look at the Olight again. Yeah, I might be able to see just a little broader with the Streamlight. Yep, just a little bit more. At this range, as far as picking a target, totally confident with the Olight. So that is 30 yards. So here we are at 50 yards. There's the Olight. I can see very well, no problem. Here's the Surefire. I can see the building a little better. That tighter central beam definitely lights up nice. Yeah, at this range I would say the Surefire is better, but the Olight is still certainly adequate. And here's the Streamlight. Interesting. The central beam is good, but the periphery I don't feel like I can see as well at this range. Yeah, I almost feel like I see the periphery better with the Olight. I think it diffuses the light a little bit better. It's not as strong in the central, but it's giving me a nice broad field of view. Alright, so I am 100 yards away. Here's the Olight. I can see the shop. I don't think I would want to shoot at that range. Now this is a pistol light. You're obviously not going to be shooting at 100 yards with a pistol, but I can see it. I'm really happy with that for this little pistol light. I can see it pretty well. Now we'll go to the Surefire. Oh, well, I can definitely see that a lot better. It's got that nice central beam. Yeah, for distance viewing, this is hard to beat. And the Streamlight. You know, I have to say, I think the Surefire wins at this range. So that's the Streamlight. Let's go back to the Surefire. I actually like the Surefire, and that's my dog walking on the snow making a racket. Now we're going to test how long these lights will shine. All three of these lights are straight off the charger. First the Surefire, then the Streamlight, then the Olight. So I should clarify here that the Olight has a feature to extend its runtime. It puts out a full 400 lumens for the first minute, and then it slowly ramps down its light output over 10 minutes to 60 lumens. Now if you turn it off and turn it back on, it restarts this back to 400. But when you just leave it on like I'm doing here, it ends up putting out 60 lumens. So this is my friend's Glock 19, and let's see how easy the Olight goes on there. So here you go. Solidly mounted. You just bump that down to turn it on, or you can hold it and let go. So as far as turning it on and off, you have two options. You can use your trigger finger and just turn it on, and then you're ready to go. Or we can come around to the other side. Other hand, you can use your thumb. It actually fits pretty well. Or you could even do the push and hold. Goes on there nice and solid. Looks like it belongs there. Certainly doesn't add much weight to the gun. I like it. Let's go shoot it. Alright, I'm down here at my shooting range. This is with headlamp. We're at about 10 yards. Let me turn the headlamp off. Here's the Olight on the pistol. That is a bright light. It's amazing the difference that is from the headlamp. All right, so that's 10 yards. Let's go back to 20. All right, here we are at 20 yards. It's surprising how much the smoke really obscures your view because the light is right there on the gun. But I'll tell you what, that sure lights it up. I wanted to give you some reference. That's a AA battery. That light is tiny. Final impressions, these are all nice lights. This one does not have a strobe feature, neither does this one. I don't particularly like the strobe feature. What I like about all three of these lights is they're easy to turn on and they're easy to turn off. You don't have to toggle through modes or anything like that. So they're all very effective, and they're gonna do what you expect them to do. For a pistol light, I have to say, and I'm not just saying this because they sent me this light for free, I would pick this light. The only thing you have to think about is that you can't just change out the batteries and have the light functional again. So if that's important to you, you need a light that you can put some AA's or a CR123A or something like that in there. But this light lasts the longest. It's probably because it has a lithium-ion battery in there, which is why it's so light and so powerful. So there's really some advantages to that. So it depends on what you want out of your light. For a general use pistol light, as long as charging it on a USB doesn't bother you, this thing's awesome. I mean, you can see 100 yards. You can easily, confidently see targets at well, even 100, but 50 certainly. I'm going to leave a link in the description to all these lights actually. So I hope this review was helpful, and I want to thank Olight for sending this to me. Cool little light. Yeah. See you next time.